So, in studio, Down with Webster. Very excited to finally meet you guys and have you here.
Yeah.
I've heard a whole bunch about you.
Hopefully good things.
Yeah, Superfan Jess. When I first started here in September, I walked into my office, and Jess has a desk in our office, and there was all this Down with Webster stuff, and it took me a long time to realize that she was in those pictures as well. And I guess she's a bit of a groupie. Can I call you a groupie?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, but you're a good one. You're not crazy.
No, that term applies anymore.
Yeah.
Go Jess.
She's an associate.
Yeah.
Not a groupie, no.
Do you feel that way now? Like you know her by face and name, and you see her at your shows?
Yes,
and you're like,
I
hey,
feel
there
like
she is.
fans like these guys. I know there's it's not a groupie thing.
No.
And groupie has a bad connotation to it.
Yeah, that's why I kind of checked with her, because it's sort of like
Yeah.
cup bunny. It's not the best, you know.
No, that's not what you want.
Yeah, you don't want to be a groupie,
No.
but you're just a super fan. We call her Superfan Jess.
Yes,
And
Jess.
she's pretty excited to be able to be part of this. So she helped me with some questions because she knows everything about you guys. So, so yeah, we'll get to all the music stuff later. But oh, you know what I did find out about Twitter and how cool it is that like nothing's safe anymore.
No.
'Cause, who was drinking coconut water and vodka last night?
Tyler?
Tyler.
Yeah, he was drinking. Okay, so how's he feeling? 'Cause
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
I would imagine he feels as bad as that
Weird
sounds.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's like pineapple juice and gin, like so weird.
But coconut water, like, have you guys had coconut water?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's disgusting. I lived in the jungle for a time in my life. I
cool.
worked there.
Awesome.
But there was times you're really thirsty and you literally had to like
Break
get
a
down a
coconut.
young coconut and have the coconut water, not the fancy milk, the water. It's disgusting.
It's really
you do
gross.
it if you have to, and that's it.
I think Tyler wants to be healthy,
Yeah.
and he thinks in his head that if he mixes alcohol with healthy things,
It's
it still
balance.
counts as healthy.
Life is
When
about balance.
it really
I
isn't
see
healthy,
his
it just
point.
tastes bad.
Yeah.
But no one's told him that.
Oh, okay. So that's not why he's not here, because he has a headache? or-
No, he's fine. He's just on stage checking his bass and being a good boy.
Cool. And so he sent you guys to do the talking for him.
Set up to do his
That's
dirty
kind of
work.
dangerous, because you could say whatever you want about.
We could. I told him many times I could just end his whole career.
You could. You could. Well, he must trust you. He must put a lot of trust into
Yes,
there.
he does.
Now, we want to know. Basically, we want you guys to sell each other out, don't we, Jess?
Yeah.
Question. You wanted to know what bugs you most about, each other. Like, do we have time?
Okay, hold on. Last
Start with Pat.
night, me and Marty were in an argument about bus rules and who's allowed on the bus, and I didn't bring anybody on the bus.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, I said, if we're gonna have this conversation, could you put some pants on? And that's my pet peeve.
He doesn't like the
Marty
fact that
walking
Marty's
around
always
with no pants,
jungle
boy.
no shirt, and
Pants.
jungle boy on the bus.
Okay.
He's like Mowgli from the Jungle Book.
It's wild. Put
Okay.
some clothes
And
on.
how about anybody else?
Bucky.
Well, I love everybody. Nothing really bugs me.
Really? You're that easygoing?
No.
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 No?
That's a terrible one.
I think there's something about every one of you guys that pisses
Name
me
it.
off.
Name it. Name
but-
it. I want specific.
All right.
Go on me.
Hey, you're just mean sometimes.
Okay. Yeah.
Pat talks too much.
Yeah.
Marty complains too much.
Yeah.
Tyler takes too long to get ready.
Yep.
And drinks horrible drinks.
Yeah, and drinks horrible drinks.
Yep.
Who am I missing? Diggy. Diggy doesn't bug me.
Diggy's awesome.
No?
Diggy's the
Diggy's
best.
guy, I
angel.
guess.
Diggy,
Wow.
there's
Diggy is so
nothing
even.
that Diggy could ever do.
Diggy's like a plain donut. You can't hate him, but he doesn't really stand out.
Yeah.
He's ideal. That's the kind of person you want to have on the tour bus.
Interesting. Interesting
Yeah, he's
comparison.
great.
I like it.
Yeah, he's great.
Cool.
We toured with them in November. This is actually the second half of a tour.
Okay.
We took like a couple months off and then came back on the road. But we had known them just like the Canadian music industry is very small.
Yeah.
And you kind of meet everybody. And they were always guys that we knew and liked and hung out with, and there was a mutual kind of thing.
So do you spend an actual lot of time together touring, or you
Yeah.
started to do your own thing, and aside from the venue scenes, you're
Like-
off doing your own stuff?
Like when we're on
hang
tour,
out.
we hang out constantly. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool. So you must all get along pretty well?
Very well.
Yeah, it
Yes.
seems like, they were just in here, a couple of Ian and Mike anyways.
Nice, yeah.
They were nice guys.
Very
That was a
nice.
lot of fun.
They're really easy to tour with. They're
Yeah.
great.
Have you guys, I know you're busy and you don't have a lot of time for much, but have you stopped anywhere in Kingston, either this time or a previous time? Is there
We've been in
anywhere-
Kingston a lot,
Yeah.
so we have stopped literally everywhere.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and my grandparents and my uncles and aunts live here.
Oh, no way.
So my mom went to Queens
Wow, so you're
I've
really
spent
tied in.
Yeah, I spent a fair amount of time in Kingston.
Very cool. Do you have like a favorite spot or restaurant or place that you
Favorite spot, that Holiday
Yeah, I was
Inn
about
always
to say.
holds.
Yeah, we were just
Every
looking
time
at that
Really?
Holiday Inn
Like
down
Like
by
a
the
water
water.
park? Is there a water
Yeah.
park there?
Well, no, the one on the water that's like, I don't know where it is.
It's
but
at the bottom of Princess.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right on the
yeah.
water.
Every time we come here, we end up staying there.
Because
Oh,
we
that's
took
dangerous.
like
You just
one of
said
our
that.
first group photos that we ever took was in that hotel, in one of like their penthouses in like a boardroom sort of deal.
Nice. That's amazing. So, this new single that you have out, I love it.
Thank you.
I'm not
Yes.
just
We
saying
love it
that because
too.
you're sitting in front of me, because sometimes I have to do that. But I really mean it this time. It is an
Thank you.
amazing song. I like it so much. We're going to hear it shortly.
Amazing.
But that album, a couple people on Twitter were asking me to ask you guys when the album was coming out.
When's the album coming out? The album is coming out at the very latest, early fall. We're hoping we can get it out earlier than that.
Okay.
It's going to be, it depends on a bunch of factors that are kind of out of our hands at this point.
And when was your last album?
Our last album was 2011
Yeah.
Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So it hasn't been a whole lot of
We-
time in between. But
We seem to be on like a 2-year or like a
Kinda
year and a
thing.
half kind of
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah.
Where we make an album and then tour.
Okay.
Right. Happens again.
And just, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you came out with this one because as soon as I heard it, and it's one of those songs too that just gets better. Just every time you hear it, it just gets better.
Those are my favorite songs.
Yeah.
My favorite songs are the songs that I hear the first time and I'm like, what was that?
Yeah.
And then like 5 times
I find
later
you
I have it
always
on
have to
repeat.
listen at least 3 times. I always get songs 3 times
Mm.
to know if I like it at all. But when I hear it and I like it right away, I know it's a gem, as it were. So
That's amazing.
What
Yes.
made you guys? What's the story behind 1 in a Million?
What's the story behind 1 in a Million? We were in LA at the time writing sort of for the first time that we'd ever written with other people that weren't in our group.
Mhm.
And we had been to like, we were going to a session every day. We'd done so many of them. We saw so many people out there that are doing music and trying to do the exact same thing that we are. But I felt like a lot of it sounded exactly the same. It was just like, oh, that sounds like this and this sounds like that.
Yeah.
And I guess we always felt with our band that we don't really fit in with many bands, other
You
bands
have
or
a
genres.
unique
Like,
groove, I'd
it's
say,
like we
yeah.
can't really go into the rap world, we can't really go into the rock world. We're like in this weird vein of our own kind of. So I guess the song spawned out of that feeling of just like uniqueness or
Mhm.
doing something different.
Mhm. That's really cool. So, what's your plans from this point on?
Plans from this point on, finish the album.
Yeah.
First
so
and
it's not even
foremost.
fully finished.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
And that's why
Like,
you don't have the exact date. And I gotcha.
Totally, yeah.
Okay.
Songs are written. It's just a matter of we have to go in and record them perfectly. Like I have demos on my phone of like a bunch of them, but it's
Yeah.
like Pat on a mic at the back of the bus and Marty and these guys are plugging in and making the music on laptops and stuff. So we got to go in and actually do it properly.
That's so cool. Did you have any other questions, Jeff?
Yeah.
I knew you would.
Okay. So, for my project for school, it's about lyrics. So, what's your favorite lyrics you've ever written? Out of like anything you've done.
Well, she's throwing you a tough one.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's so tough.
I know.
That is
It might not
so
even have
tough.
made a song, It might have just been something.
Man. Mm.
That is so tough.
We were talking about in the car, and I'll just say your lyric. You were talking about
Yeah.
what you don't know, you just gotta believe, and what was me. I really like that line. We
Yeah.
were talking about that whole verse in the car
I
right
love that
over
one.
here.
That's, you know what, whenever people, I know all these jokes, really funny ones too, but if you ask me what's, tell me a good joke, I have no idea, or same with quotes and stuff, so I can imagine, I'm going to let them off the hook, because that's like really difficult to pick one that you
Well, Pat got
love.
one. Pat,
Well, I
Well,
kind of
just-
got it from her.
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
stole
like-
his answer.
You
It's
cheated.
a lyrical cheat
I
sheet.
cheated, yes.
Oh, okay, there you go. Favorite song out there, not yours. What are you into right now?
Ooh, favorite song out there that's not mine. I'm into really hardcore rap stuff.
Oh, yeah?
I like the rap.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cam's
Trying to
starting
think.
to turn me more into that too now.
Serena Ryder.
I can't
is
tell. I
mine.
can't say a song, but like
Yeah,
Action
seriously,
Bronson.
stop
Yeah.
by?
Yeah,
Such
Pat's
an
into
amazing
that.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into like a
she's
rapper
great.
called Action Bronson.
Action Bronson.
But I doubt if anyone's heard of him.
No,
Well,
I
you should
haven't.
go find out about him. He raps about food and it's great.
I'll Google it.
Yeah,
I saw
and
Serena
other
Ryder
gangster
last
stuff.
Friday performing, and it was amazing.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah, it was really good show. So what would you do in a smaller show? Like, have you ever made them do anything? Like, Marianas Trench was telling me about a milk chugging contest and or
Oh, yeah?
chicken tenders. Thing,
We've
but-
done some crazy stuff.
We
challenged half the audience to a game of Flip Cup.
That
We
didn't go so
Oh,
well.
I'm so good at that
we
game.
brought one of those Rubbermaid tables out.
That
We
was here in
cleared-
Kingston.
We
Yeah?
cleared,
That was
we
here in
cleared, yeah,
Kingston.
it was
Oh,
here.
no
We
way.
cleared a big, like, in the middle of the floor. We just put the thing down and
It went poorly.
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah, no one followed any of the rules.
No.
Everyone
Oh.
started
It was
drinking.
just
They
Yeah.
just drank.
Yeah.
Well, can you blame them?
No,
really.
you can't blame
No,
them.
it's a tough game
It was
because of
very unstructured.
And
Yeah.
other,
It was a
other
Queen's
times
party.
other times we brought people up on stage for the last song, like the whole crowd. Like if we were playing like a smaller venue or something, like I remember we've had more people on the stage we brought on than that were left out in front.
Oh, yeah?
You pop the mic stand up and get them to sing the last chorus and stuff.
Isn't that the coolest feeling? I don't sing ever. But I imagine like when I'm at a show and I see, you know, the artist hold out the mic and these people are singing and just like everybody knows the lyrics.
It's really
and they're
cool.
saying, that has to be the coolest feeling.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any kind of not so cool experiences, weird kind of
Oh, yeah.
stories?
Totally.
What's one of the worst ones?
We did that exact same thing once in Quebec and said, you know, everyone come on stage. Everyone came on stage, but there were too many people and we had underestimated the size of the audience. They're on stage, they're like swarming, like Pat can't play his guitar, so all of a
Oh,
sudden
no.
there's no guitar.
Yeah.
They're pushing Iggy's tables off the side of the stage. So I'm holding this table, trying not to fall off the side of the stage.
Yeah.
A girl falls down and has a glass in her hand.
Oh, no way.
Breaks it, cuts her whole hand up, and then rubs it on her face, so it looks like her face is covered in blood.
Oh,
And we
that's
had to stop
horrifying.
the entire show.
Yeah.
And the paramedics came in and carried her out, and everyone had to get off the stage, and then we just continued the concert afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
But it was really hectic.
Yeah.
That would take a long time to clear all those people off.
It was
and
insane.
stuff, too,
It was
right?
insane.
So tonight's going to be a great show. Looking forward to this. A lot of people are hyped about it.
We
You know
are
what's
hyped about
funny?
it.
You know Jess, right? Like have you guys talked before?
Yes.
Or you just,
We
so
have
you know?
we have conversated on,
Yeah,
on a couple occasions.
Because she's like,
I remember
she's so mellow
like
right now. It's so funny.
I'm really mellow with people.
Are
It's
you a
not
little
like
nervous?
I like
are
it,
you
I
a
like
little
it.
crazy
starstruck?
person.
Are you kind of?
I like the mellow.
I'm like
Really?
mildly nervous, but I've met them enough that like I don't.
Yeah, it's cool now, right?
I don't
Did
act
we
like
bring
a
in,
woman.
one of our listeners had a great questions for Marianas Trench that I want to ask you guys as well, is guilty pleasures on your playlist, your personal playlist. Is there any song that you're a little embarrassed about people knowing that you have?
There we go.
A little embarrassed. I don't know. It's
I
like
don't-
certain crowds I'm embarrassed, and then other crowds it's like, yeah. Like, you know, I listen to a lot of like super ignorant rap, like
Yeah.
guys like Chief Keef that you've probably never even heard of. And if I put it on right now, your listeners would tune out
Tune out.
immediately.
Let's
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
And if I put it on in front of my parents, they would be like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? But then I put it on around some of my friends, and we're having the best time ever.
But there's
So,
no like Celine Dion or.
I actually have, what's the Celine Dion and who's the opera singer? It's David Foster.
No.
Oh, Bocelli? Andre
Yes.
Bocelli?
Yeah,
I
Yes.
love him.
I
Yeah.
have that song on my
You
iPod.
do?
It's called The Prayer, and it's pretty awesome.
I can't even make fun of that because it is kind of.
Also, the song
It's
from
not embarrassing though.
Yeah.
the song from the Home Alone
Like
soundtrack
if you
when
had
they're
like
running to the
Britney
airport.
Spears or something, I might be
That's
like,
alright.
He does.
kind of like.
I think he does
do
have
you?
Britney Spears.
Not like the new Scream and Shout, right?
No,
But like the.
I think I have Hit Me Baby one more time.
Okay, that's you should be a little embarrassed about that.
Maybe, it's a good song. I'm not embarrassed.
Just a little. No?
No, I have the song from Home Alone where they're running to the airport,
Yeah.
and we put it on when we clean the bus.
Yeah.
So
When you clean the bus?
Yeah,
you
it's
have to
like-
clean the bus?
Well,
Well,
I mean,
Don't they know who you are?
But it's our bus, right? It's our home.
Oh.
So we're on it late at night. It's just us, and it's a mess.
I got
We
you.
put on the Home Alone music, and it
Run
pops us
around
up
like-
to make us want to clean. It's like at the baseball
Oh,
game
the
when they come out.
Nutcracker song. Is that
Sort
what
of.
you're talking about?
Sort of. It's from the Home Alone soundtrack. I
Not
forget what it's
that.
actually
It's like a
called.
mashup of all of those. The Nutcracker thing is part of it, but
Yeah.
it's
The specific arrangement
Yeah.
is the Home
Huh,
Alone.
I'm gonna
That's
have to
arrangement.
Google that later
Yeah,
because
heard
I
it
think
on
I know,
Google
but now
Home
I'm doubting
Alone,
it.
Home Alone airport scene,
Home Alone
and you'll
Airport.
hear this music.
Done.
It's amazing.
And then